Hey everybody, welcome to Feed Me Friday. Yes, I am doing my steak because I know how yummy it is. It's probably well done by now because after I cook the eggs and it's set, but that's fine. I'll eat it that way. I got 3 fried eggs here, and this is a keto mukbang, you guys. This is I shouldn't even call it mukbang, but it kind of is, because most mukbangs are like 500 pounds of food. This is so far from that. This is a keto mukbang. So, fried eggs. Cut into the steak. And if you guys watch my video cooking this, yeah, it's well done. You saw me add, oh, I forgot my steak sauce. I gotta get my steak sauce. So good. Oh, it's so good. So guys, hang on. I gotta get my steak sauce. Steak sauce. Ugh. And I made that with just some of the G. Hughes sugar-free ketchup and some Worcestershire sauce, and there's my hair. Lovely. Piece of fat. Yummy. Super good. Super protein heavy and fatty because I added butter to the eggs. I added butter to the steak. Plus you got the fat on the steak. And normally I would eat the fat from the steak if it was cooked on the grill. Since it was cooked in my cast iron, you don't get that nice char that you normally would on the fat of your steak. My hair everywhere. You guys, my hair is falling out. I don't understand. Anyway, you wouldn't get the nice char that you would if you had cooked it on the grill. I'll be damned. I am not going outside today, stand over a hot grill in this hot-ass Virginia weather. There's hair. Maybe I should stop touching my hair. Jeez. Here's a fatty piece, but it's got some meat on it. I'll just give it to her, who is just waiting. I have to do this to get the garlic off, because garlic can be dangerous to dogs. So, get most of the garlic off. That is very, yeah, come on. So, let's discuss while I was sick. What's the matter? What is it? That was weird. Maybe she thought she'd get a better view on this side. I don't know. Squirrel. Last week, it's been a few days. I mean, so about 10 days or so. When I was sick, I had to take something. I went like, she just kissed me on my arm. I went like 3 days, almost 3 days without taking anything. Because I already know that these things are just sugar-laden. And I knew once I started taking them that it would kick me out. But it was so bad that I couldn't sleep. My nose was so stuffed up that it was hard to breathe. I wasn't getting a good sleep. And I had to take them. And I think the two things that I ended up taking, I took a pill called Sinex. I didn't really know the stats on the Sinex, but I also took NyQuil. And I know that stuff has sugar in it. So, I knew that I was going to be kicked out. It's a given. See, this got tough because it's set. Ugh. Anyway. So, by the weeks passed, by the end of the week when I started feeling better, because this whole time I didn't stand on the scale. By the time I started, the ice dropped in the ice maker and the dog is freaking, hey! I think after I posted my video on, so I thought it was Monday, but it was actually Tuesday because Monday was a holiday. After I posted that video, I stood on the scale because I needed to know. No, that's not true. I stood on the scale Sunday, the day before Labor Day. I stood on the scale. And you guys, I probably should have told y'all what my weight was after I stood on the scale. I was so embarrassed by the number on that scale. And I'm about to tell you what it is, or was. Take it. Dog has to smell it's meat. Eat it. I think she's a vegetarian. Nothing against vegetarians, please. No vegetarians. I'm sure you're not watching my videos, but if you know somebody, don't bash me. I could never be a vegetarian. I like meat too much. Anyway. It was 189. Now I know some will say 189, that's not a bad number. I wish I was 189. That's all fine and good. But when you started the month at 180, that's a 9-pound gain in 1 month. So with what a lot of us do when we've gone up and we know that we've, either been cheating or things outside of our control have contributed to the weight gain, a lot of us will go to drastic measures to rid ourselves of that weight gain. Egg fast, water fast, fat fast. In my instance, carnivore. I needed to get myself back into ketosis. Now, I've done an egg fast. Hated it. Hated it, hated it. Didn't really lose a lot of weight doing the egg fast either. Oh, I didn't take a picture of the steak. Oh, no. Oh, well. I've done a sort of fat fast. I've definitely done a water fast or a bone broth fast for like 5 days. I didn't really lose anything doing that. And I'm not entirely sure why. I don't lose weight on those types of fasts. Maybe it's just my body type. I don't know. I know I've done an egg fast like 2-3 times, and I set myself up for failure every single time I do them because I hate them. I like eggs, but damn, 3 or 4 days of eggs? I couldn't do it. I got to the point where I wanted to vomit after like day 2. Anyway, carnivore has always been kind of like my saving grace as far as getting myself back into ketosis. And I enjoy doing it, which helps. You have to enjoy the fast you're doing in order to be successful in it. Relax. So jumpy. Hurry up, take it. And I've lost weight doing carnivore before. I just never stick to it. I mean, I like vegetables way too much. And I think the last time I did carnivore, I tried to do it for 30 days. And I think at that point I had already set myself up to fail because I like vegetables way too much. Excuse me. So, I started Monday. And I'm not doing a clean carnivore. I think that for me, because I do cook a lot. I do. I think it became overwhelming that I would have to cook a lot of meat. It just did. I mean, I can do it. I've done it. I just didn't feel motivated to go all out clean carnivore this time. So I will do my best to get to at least, 80% clean carnivore, but I can't do 100%. So I got on the scale this morning and I'm at 185. So that's a 4-pound drop in 4 days, which is, I'm fine with that, but it's not my lowest. My lowest is 179. And I haven't been able to attain or achieve that since that one time. And I think as we go along, we tend to say, yay, I got to this certain weight, and we kind of stray a little bit, and we kind of almost sabotage ourselves without really knowing that we're sabotaging ourselves. And we kind of stray away from what we've been doing to get to that point. And I think I found myself doing that. Not this time around, though, because sickness brought me down this time. And it hit me hard. This sickness did. But times past, I hadn't necessarily strayed away from keto, but started to give myself permission to eat keto-friendly foods, I guess, or if it fits your macros type thing, like the St. Joseph's bread, or the low-carb tortillas, and some people do fine with those. I do not. Some of us do not do fine with those. And some of the bean chips, and I always give myself permission, hey, you did really good. You can cheat a little bit. Cheat. Because some of them cheats were true cheats. Tacos and sushi. But I don't think I ate enough of them to make that amount of difference. Like eating keto-friendly foods or low-carb friendly foods. So, for me, there are certain boundaries for me. And everybody's different. Some people don't do well with dairy. I don't really eat a lot of dairy. I eat cheese every now and again. And I'm sorry, but I don't put butter in the category of dairy. Even though it comes from cows, I don't put it in the same category. Some do. I do not. To each his own. This steak was so good. So just a little chat about where my headspace has been for the last, couple of weeks. I was embarrassed. How in the hell did I let myself get back up or so close to the 190s? What happened? I mean, what am I doing wrong? And we always will question ourselves, what am I doing wrong? Or what happened? Or, what am I eating? Now I have to do an elimination type thing. For me, I was sick. And I had to take medicine that kicked me out of ketosis. Now, the good thing about me, and it may be for some others too, I've been keto for over 3 years. And I am sure within that 3 years I've been in and out, in and out, in and out of ketosis. I'm certain of it. The good thing about being keto for so long is that you're fat adapted. Your body has learned. My daughter just texted me. Today is her birthday. And it is Thursday, but this is my Thursday meal, but I am going to post this Friday as my Feed Me Friday. So today is September 6th, her birthday. Her birthday is 9/6/96. So, anyway, I think being keto for so long, and not necessarily it has to be 3 years, it could be however long, that getting back into ketosis happens faster. Provided that when you know you're out, that you jump right back in, and you can get right back into ketosis. Because fat adaptation and being in ketosis are not the same things. Although they do go hand in hand, because you have to be, in the beginning, you have to get your body into a state of ketosis for long periods of time before your body actually becomes fat adapted. I mean, yes, that has to happen in the beginning. But if you go in and out, oh my God, if you go in and out a lot, you may never ever become fat adapted. You can go in and out of ketosis all the time. But, you have to go long periods of time in a state of ketosis in order for your body to become fat adapted. That's just the way it works. Almost done. That's a big old piece of fat. I can't eat my fat. If my fat was charred from the grill, I could eat it. I can't eat it like this. And some people, what are you doing feeding that to the dog? It's really good for the dog, so I'm not wasting it. So, last piece, guys. Last piece. Now, it is 1:20, and I have something that I'm going to eat later. It's like a bone broth, only with the chicken still in it, that I did yesterday in my crock pot for about 14 hours with chicken thighs and butter, salt, pepper, a little bit of poultry seasoning, and a little bit of chicken base. So that's what I'm going to eat later, probably around 3:30, and I think that'll give me enough fat to get me through. So you guys have a fantastic weekend. Eat a steak. Steak is awesome. So, alright guys, I love you so much, and I will see you next week.